Hi everyone, it's Kim from Fierce Beauty. Today I decided to try my hand at a video blog. I get a lot of makeup questions and it's easy for me to answer them via my blog, but sometimes it's easier for you, the reader, if you can see me actually go through the motions and apply the makeup that I'm speaking so highly of instead of just reading about it. So today we're going to do a brow tutorial. We're going to jump right into it. How to properly fill in your brows. Now, I prefer a powder over a pencil. Pencils tend to go a little waxy and shiny on me because my skin is oily, and I feel like it looks a little Ron Isley-ish, a little harsh, a little cartoonish. So I like to use a brow powder. This is Smashbox Brow Tech. It's one of my favorite products because, and you'll have to excuse it, it's a little well worn, but because I love it, I wear it every day. This is brunette. It has a powder on one side and a pomade on the other. A pomade is just a waxy bit that you put through your brows to keep them in place after you put your pigment in. It especially works wonderfully if you have wiry brows or a more bushy brow. I have sparse brows, so it's really no need for me to use the pomade because I'm trying to gain the bushiness. Okay, so let's begin. I like to use an angled eyebrow brush to fill my brows in. The angled bit helps me draw them in and draw that arch that I really, really love. If you see, my brows are a little bit sparse, a lot sparse in the center and on the end from over tweezing. Okay, so I like the MAC 266 brush. It's an angled brush. You can use it for your brows. Sometimes you can use it for liner. It's really a personal preference. So I'm using Smashbox Brow Tech in brunette because my hair is darker. Depending on the color of your hair, you use the one that's suitable for you. Okay, so I'm just going to run my brush through the powder and tap off any excess. And I'm actually going to start kind of midway through my brows. And I like to overdraw just a little bit, but in a sketching motion, you're just going to follow the line of your brow. You can overdraw a bit, but I caution you to keep it natural. So just sketch, sketch, sketch. And I like to draw my arch in and my tail. My arch and my tail. And just really pull that pigment through there. I'm using a very light hand because I don't want too much pigment. It's easier to correct, to add more, to go back and add more, than to go back and take off everything and redo it. That's just really a pain. So you want to go less is more, and then you can build upon it, you know, if need be. This is a pretty pigmented powder, so I'm usually pretty satisfied. So I'm drawing in my arch and then my tail. So then I'm going to turn my brush horizontally this way. I had to think about that. Horizontally, and I'm going to just sketch in the front part. Now I'm using an even lighter hand, and notice that I didn't go back in and grab any more powder for the front part of my brow because I want that to look a little more natural. It's not so heavy in the front, but I don't want it to be too sparse either because nothing's worse than brows that start back here. It makes your eyes look like they're 4 million light years apart. Not a good look. So just sketch, 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 sketch. And there you go. You got that perfect, say what, type of arch. So now that we have that drawn in, we're going to go in and we're going to do the other side. Same little deal. You can really see on this side how sparse my brows really are. And again, I like to just overdraw just a bit, but I really like to do that to form my arch. Nothing's worse to me than the eyebrows that are drawn in with a pencil that go in an arc. It looks like porpoises jumping out of the ocean. Porpoises, dolphins. So I don't like that. I call them dolphin brows. They make you look really sad, and I don't want you to be sad. You should be happy. Happy about your brows. So just go ahead and really sketch and pull that color right on through, very lightly. If you do prefer a darker brow, darker than this brunette, Damone Roberts, the eyebrow king, does make a wonderful, wonderful soft black eyebrow powder, and it's called Miss Ross. Ooh, there goes my light. It's called Miss Ross, as in Diana, because you know Diana Ross has those fabulous black brows, but they're not terribly heavy either. So I think I blogged about him just the other day. Damone Roberts, Eyebrow King. So check it out. So we're just sketching it right on in. And again, right at the front. Turn my brush horizontally and then sketch the front. Okay, so we have the frame. You have the perfect frame for your face. Ooh, they look good. Ooh, honey. Woo! My brows look good. So now that you have the perfect frame for your face, you want to maybe highlight a little bit. But what I'm seeing is, let me show you what I'm seeing. Right now I'm using a Susan Posnick concealer to highlight instead of an iridescent color because I just find it to be a little too garish. I'm using Susan Posnick double-ended concealer. One side is light, the other side is a medium concealer color, and this is 1G7. So I'm just going to take that and just go right on the underside of my brows and really just sketch out the shape that I need. Sketch out the highlight that I want. I'm seeing women walk down the street like this. This is a no-no. You really, it is imperative that you blend. This looks like you're trying to draw two different eyebrows, one in a dark shade and one in a light. So I caution you to take your brush, follow through, honey. Take your brush, and this is just a concealer brush or an eyeshadow brush with densely packed bristles, and I'm just blending that right into my brow bone. I want it to be seamless. I don't want there to be a beginning or an end. We just want the perfect highlight. MAC makes an eyeliner pencil called Fascinating, and it is a white color. And I sound really excited about it, but I'm not, because I keep seeing people walk down the street with that color just drawn under their brows, completely unblended. It does not look fascinating. It looks really bonkers and jarring. So make sure you're using either a concealer or a matte eyeshadow color to really get that highlight in there. And you want to continue it down almost to your eye socket bone. And if you're wearing shadow, everything will just blend in together. Today I'm not wearing shadow. And you want to repeat the same thing on the other side. So you see we have a highlighted brow. Great shape. And we have one that's not highlighted. I'm going to finish that one off camera. But I hope this brow tutorial really helped you learn to fill in your brows. Just practice makes perfect. And you really want to use, remember, you want to use a concealer to highlight, and you want to use a brush to blend. Follow through. Okay? Now, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up at Miss Kim is Fierce, mskimIsFierce@gmail.com, or via my blog, Fierce Beauty, and that's MissKimIsFierce.com. All right, I look forward to answering beauty questions with you guys every week. Bye-bye.